Greetings, good morning from Nigeria. My name is Augustine, and I'm here to give us a summary of the founders meeting that held yesterday, which was on the 8th of November 2023. As usual, if you're just tuning into my broadcast, welcome to my channel. My channel is strictly devoted to the Simply Brilliant community to give feedbacks, to give updates pertaining to the growth of our community. That's what this channel is for. And until we get to our economy phase, this channel is solely given to this particular assignment. So if you're tuning into my broadcast and you are not a member in this community, information you'll be getting from here are solely for members of the Simply Brilliant community. And I would advise that you should become a member if you're not yet a member. It's going to be very helpful to you because we are changing the status quo. We are changing the economy of the world system. We are moving away from a controlled system into a system given to freedom. That's what we are doing. So over the next few minutes, I'll be taking my time to give us feedbacks, to give us a summary of the meeting that held yesterday. There were several points that were put out, about 7 or 8 points, which I'm going to take my time to, elaborate. I'm going to highlight on it and then elaborate on it. But before I do that, I would want you guys to understand that Rome was not built in a single day. Rome was not built in a single day. It took time for Rome to be built. And among the kingdoms that has ruled this world, Rome was one of the strongest of them, even though they had inflicted a whole lot of ungodly things on good people of God. But Rome wasn't built in a day. And for us to build a system that will be sustainable for the next possibly generation, it will take some time to happen. 7 years has gone by and we are still moving forward. So if you are there, I think the best time to join the community is now because we're about to move into the next phase. We have done the first part of it, which is 7 years. The second part now is going to be similar to the first seven, but kind of different because over the past 7 years, what we did is we gained experience. And now we are going to apply these 7 years of experience to what we are going to do over the next 7 years. And I can tell you that in 7 years from now, we are going to be a dominant force to contend with, but on the godly side, not from the ungodly side. We are a group of people coming together to make a difference, to say no to what the elites are doing. The elites plan are depopulating humanity and then bringing in terms and conditions that would cause humanity to become robots. It's called transhumanism. And humanity has said no to that. Those who are awake, we are trying to wake up 1 billion people from across the world. Those who are awake, we join this crusade to say no to what the elites are doing. So I welcome you to join us. If you are saying that it is the will of God for the elites to prevail, then you don't know the word of God. It is the will of God that righteousness prevails, not evil. And as long as light is still in this world, darkness will not prevail. And I say that I'm a citizen of light. And those who will also come into this channel and they watch through to the end and they are enjoying the feedback, it also means they are citizens of light. And as a citizen of light, it is advised that you support those who are promoting the cause of righteousness. So I am saying that righteousness will continue to stand until the righteous has been taken out of this world. And that's up to God to decide. But before then, darkness will not prevail. So as long as light is, we will occupy until our purpose on earth has been fulfilled. So on that said, let's now move into the main content of today's meeting. As a member in the community, you should exercise undying faith. You should exercise strength. You should exercise confidence because this course is about to enter the next level. So guard yourself and don't be taken aback. All right, so yesterday's meeting, the few things that were highlighted are as follows. Number one, the promo. We are running a promo of $22. And the first thing the administration said yesterday was that this promo could come to an abrupt end before the end of the month. And that the community should take notes that it could come to an abrupt end. And everyone who can should take advantage of it while they still can. I don't know how long this promo will be. It may be to the end of this month. It may not be to the end of this month. But the foreknowledge has been given out. If tomorrow the administration comes and says that the promo will be ending in about 4 or 5 days' time, then fine. Take note that if you look at it, you find out that in the blog he said that it will run for November, and it's only going to end by November. By December, it will go back to $33. So he has advised everybody to take advantage of it. You can pay 6 months, you can pay 1 year, you can pay 3 months, whichever way you can. It's up to you, but then make sure you take advantage of it if you can. But if you can't, well, that's your choice. Remember that I said that freedom comes at a price. Nothing comes on a platter of gold. All right, that was the first point the administration talked about. And he moved on to the next point, the roadmap for SBFC. Now, the roadmap for SBFC has been a reoccurring issues in our founders meeting. He has clearly said that he has detailed it in our previous blog. Detailing it in our previous blog is quite elaborate. He took his time to explain that we have several coins. The first coin we had was TBC, and then from TBC we moved to K-Love, and then from K-Love we moved to Joy G, and somewhere around the line we introduced Farmwall, and we also introduced GGR. He clearly said that all these coins are now in the past. TBC, K-Love, Joy G, GGR, Farmwall. There are 5 of them. He has said that they are all in the past. Now, the only coin that is prevalent in the community as I speak is SBFC, which is a market-based coin, or will be a market-based coin, and SBC, which is our private coin. These are the 2 coins that the community is going to be moving with going forward. Every other coin that you have heard about, it's now in the past. So he has told the community that SBFC will not be conflated. SBFC will not complement. SBFC will not in any way have anything to do with the previous coins. He has detailed it before, and I've elaborated on it in my previous blog, in my previous broadcast. If you haven't watched it, the broadcasts are held on Monday. Go to my channel, you are going to see it. Watch it, get understanding. He has said that it's a new beginning, and moving forward, that's how it's going to be. And he also clearly said that somewhere along the line, that Joy G will find its natural frequency in the future, because the project it's a failed project. Let's just be sincere to ourselves. Joy G is in the hands of so many people that we have no control over. Now, the administration has introduced wallet verification. Wallet verification is serving 2 purposes. Number 1, so that accounts will not be stolen, so that people will not pay subscription fee and is then given to someone else, because there were some unscrupulous ones among us that were taking advantage of it. Once your account has been registered, it will be that account associated to your wallet, and then you'll be impossible to take advantage of anyone's account, especially when the person has paid his subscription fee. He also clearly said that except your account is verified, your subscription fee will not be regarded. However, you can also meet a member helper, or you can meet his cash center to support you, to help you in paying your subscription fee. That he made very clear. So the wallet verification is to, 1, make sure that members of the community are known. That's number 1. And then everything that is given to you by the system is carefully monitored. And like the system and the policy has always said, 1 person, 1 account. It is not 2 people, 1 person, 1 account. We are building a model of moving into a city of abundance. And in the city of abundance, it's a narrow path, and you cannot carry everybody along. On the wide road, you can, but on the narrow road, ours is a narrow road. That's why it emphasizes 1 person, 1 account. If you are carrying 2 people or more than 2 people, you would find out that it gets more difficult to move on, because inflation is on the rise. Our standard of 8 grains of gold will not be changed anytime soon. It will remain 8 grains of gold. And as long as it's 8 grains of gold, very soon the value of gold will appreciate. Now, we are looking at a time when the value of gold appreciates. We have officially launched into our SBC community. Our SBC community will be backed by gold. And there is an organization that will specialize in making that happen sometime next week. And then we're going to move into that shortly. For now, we are in SBFC. And SBFC is going to be the coin that would ensure that we are properly organized. That's SBFC. SBFC is the coin that would ensure that we are properly coordinated before we launch our coin into the public market. We have to make sure that the value of SBFC is in a very reasonable level. We are looking at a very reasonable level. I would not disclose it yet, but it's a reasonable level such that members of the community will not repeat what they did to Joy G with SBFC. As a matter of fact, SBFC has been designed in such a way that there is proper surveillance over every member that will have that coin. If you are a member in the community and you are having that coin, you must be an active member. If you are inactive in the community, you would not be able to access that coin, even though it's in your MetaMask. That will sound funny. There are conditions the admin has already placed out. If you go to the blog and study the blog judiciously, carefully, study it carefully, very well, you will find out that every content that is required, the modus operandi of SBFC, is contained on the blog. I won't have time to go through all that. It's your responsibility as a steward of this community. You should make sure that you study. You should study to show yourself approved, a steward, rightly dividing the truth that is in this our community. If you are unable to do that, then that's your choice. That's the decision you've made. Now let's move forward. The roadmap of SBFC has to do with making sure that our numbers will be consistent. When you look into our Kringle Cash back office, which I think I should share now so that I can make it a bit more practical. So I'm now going to share my screen. All right, so my screen is now being shared. Now, two things I'm quickly going to talk about is number one, our SBFC count. This our SBFC count determines how fast our SBFC coins will appreciate. As at yesterday, we're having 4,150. Now we have dropped by some numbers. We're having 4,114. And I am hoping that everyone will take advantage of this promo that the administration have placed there, which is the $22 USDT. And this $22 USDT will only be for this month of November. It could end anytime soon. I don't know. But I'm advising that people should take advantage of it while they still can. Okay? Now, the administration has also said when these numbers get to 5,000, that our SBFC value will change from $25 to something else. He has highlighted on this, and I'm going to read it out. Our private exchange has reopened with SBFC. You can purchase SBFC for 25 USDT per coin while we are rebuilding the community. When our membership grows to 5K active members, the price of SBFC will increase. Get it now while the price is low. Now the question is this: will the price of SBFC move from $25 to $30? It's a question. It may move more than that. It may move from $25 to maybe $35 or $40. It could move from $25 to $50. So I want you to understand that the value it will be when we get to 5K is not specified, but I can tell you it's going to be substantially higher. And individuals who wants to invest, it is your opportunity now to put in $25 in multiples. If you have 10 SBFC, buy 10 coins. If you have $250 in USDT, buy it, hodl it, and be careful to leave it there. You are a farmer. You can plant your seed and leave it there. There are perennial crops, there are annual crops, and there are biannual crops. So you could leave it there for the next 3 years. $25 now in 3 years' time, maybe $25,000 in 3 years' time. So what if you have 10 coins and you're able to hold it on there for the next 3 years? You can remember the early days of Bitcoin. It's the same thing playing out, but ours will be superior to Bitcoin because we're a more coordinated community. All right. So the administration has clearly stated out that the roadmap is going to be only on SBFC, and there will be nothing like associating SBFC to Joy G. And if you have any questions that concerns to your quadruple match, which you will receive by December, come to the mass adoption meeting and ask the administration. Like one of our brothers from Nigeria asked him, and the administration's response was that the Joy G will find its path somewhere along the line. Now, if you ask me, that's a vague answer. Finding your path somewhere along the line is an undeterminate answer. So the administration's intent on Joy G is, it's not being paid attention to. However, Joy G will be used as a means to become an agent. If you are going to become an agent, you must have to deposit one Joy G as a collateral. And how long this will be is up to the administration to decide. But I will tell you that you shouldn't pay too much attention on Joy G. Instead, buy SBFC and move with SBFC. Now, I can also guarantee you that in this second half of our journey, we are not going to introduce any other coin apart from SBFC and SBC. We are not bringing in Joy G, we are not bringing in GGR, and we are not bringing in Farmwall. All those excess of coins has been cut away. We are only working with two coins moving forward, SBFC and SBC. SBFC is what we are seeing now, and we are going to start seeing SBC from next year. A lot of things will unfold, but remember that it is number dependent. Our membership has to grow. And for our membership to grow, the administration has highlighted or has explained what will happen. It's a program that is going to launch by December, which we are going to go into very soon. So I've talked about the 2 points. Now we're moving to the third point. The agents will be receiving their agent allocation this week. So members who are in the community who are agents, if you go to agents and then click on agents selection for donations, everybody are going to get it. Individuals that has been receiving donations, it's been updated. If you go to this agent location site, you are going to see that it's been updated. And then individuals who are agents should be able to deposit one Joy G in the system. And when you deposit one Joy G in the system, it gives you access, it grants you access to be able to withdraw SBFC, which is agents allocations that has been given to you by agents who are also donors. You can use it, swap it to USDT, and then use it to do goodwill. Admin also said that you should also use it to take care of yourself first. If you are not taking care of yourself, then how will you take care of others? Now, from the scriptural point of view, the scripture says, love your neighbor as you love yourself. So how can you help your neighbor when you haven't been able to help yourself? However, the system is also telling you to be very fair when you're helping. If you're having $100, it's only prudent for you to spend a sufficient amount on yourself, not half, because you are having a good number of people to support. Maybe a household, 2 households, or 3. It depends on what you want to give. But you should also take care of yourself. Basically, you should use the money to do things that are needful. Depending on how much money that has been given to you, depending on how much money you can withdraw. But first of all, love your neighbor as you love yourself. So yourself comes in first, and then you apply it to your neighbors. So it's up to you to use your discretion to know how much you are giving. The bottom line is that the administration has said that he's going to release it this week, and it's going to be dependent on members who are agents meeting the Privy Council. I'm a member in the Privy Council. If you think you want to meet me, you can meet me, and then we have a Zoom meeting. I investigate you to see if you are good to go. It's going to be a very short one. Within 15 minutes, you are good to go, and then you are given an okay by the members of the Privy Council. And before the end of the week, if you are in the category of those that has been okayed, then you are going to see that you get your fundings inside your MetaMask before the end of the week. So kindly take note of that. All right, now the next one is our system is strict. People are complaining that they've given their donations for 30 days and they're not able to get their $10 every day. The system says, or the administration says, that there are times people make donations and some of them don't complete 30 days. Some of them skip 1 day, and in their mind, they count it as part of it. No, you must go about 30 days donations. And that failure to follow through, the system will also not recognize that donation for 30 days. If you do 20 days, skip 2 days, and then you do the remaining days, and in your mind you say it's 30 days, the system will say no, you skipped 2 days, therefore you are supposed to do it for at least 32 days so that it will accommodate those 2 days you skipped. And then you continue to enjoy your donations. It will apply now, it will apply in the future, it will apply at every given point in time. So every member in the community who are donating should understand that when you start from day one, you start donating. For the first 30 days, you are giving about 50%. So each time you give a $10, you are giving $15 in 24 hours time. You get back your $10 the first time you donate in SBFC, and later that day you are given $5 in SBFC, which is $15 because you donated $10. If you are consistent for the next 30 days, from the 31st day when you donate $10, you are giving back 100%, which is $20. That's how the system operates. And as long as you are following up by huddling, you are not violating the rules by spending more than you should, or withdrawing more than you should, or sending more than you should, then you are entitled to keep receiving those donations. Some members in this community have violated, and the system has put them under the radar and has also suspended them from becoming an agent. So please be compliant with the community so that you don't fall into any challenges. If you have further inquiries, the member helpers are there. Make your inquiries from there. You can also make inquiries from um, members of the Privy Council. You can also make inquiries from the administration. Of course, the administration will be so busy, so it's advisable that you meet the member helpers. How do you go about the member helpers? Looking at my cursor, you will see member helpers below. That is member helper training. You go there and then get the feedback from the member helper that is there. I hope this is very clear. All right, now let's keep moving forward. The administration says that SBFC will be our private coin, and that any individual who violates using SBFC will be placed under the radar, and that he or she will need to be reviewed by the Privy Council. So everybody in the community should be aware that from the Nigerian point of view, there is this arm of the government called and Financial Crime Economic and Financial Crimes Commission. Now, it's EFCC. These are the people that are responsible for individuals who involve in money laundering and do shady things. That's the arm. And that arm is well armed, is well reinforced, is fortified by the government. You should also know that the Privy Council is also an arm of the community that is responsible for regulating how things are done. The Privy Council is the body of the community that ensures that things are properly done. I mean, members of the community are compliant. So the Privy Council is a team, and they cooperate to see that things are done the right way. So I would advise that if you're a member in this community who has Joy G, please don't sell Joy G in the public. Rather, involve with Joy G on a peer-to-peer note if you want to deal with Joy G. If you don't want to deal with Joy G, just leave it there. Leave it there, don't deal with Joy G, because you'll fall into the hands of the Privy Council if you use Joy G wrongly. If you sell Joy G in the market, whatever you do with Joy G, just let Joy G be, okay? And pay attention to SBFC as we move forward. And in SBFC, don't also break the rules. The rules are simple. Huddle it, do agent donation, and that's it. For now, that is what to know. With time, other things will unfold. Okay. Now, with that said, the next one that will happen is those who are eligible to get SBFC will be able to swap it. The condition to swap is being an agent. For now, that is the basic criteria. Becoming an agent automatically qualifies you to be able to swap from SBFC into USDT. And there are going to be number of times you can swap in a week. It is not 7 days in a week you'll be able to swap. There are a number of times the administration would speak or emphasize or talk more about it when the time comes. Sometime next week, a blog will come out to that effect. We will talk about it in our mass adoption meeting, which will happen on Monday. I believe by Monday, that has also come up. The ability to be able to swap from SBFC to USDT for agents who have been approved by the Privy Council will be there. And those agents should also know that their swapping is for them to use to do goodwill to themselves and to members out there. It mustn't be a very big household, just a few number of people, just help humanity. We are just starting, and we intend continuing on this frequency as long as this community exists. Okay? All right. So another thing we should also take note of is only eligible agents will be authorized to do goodwill. Only eligible agents. There are agents among us who are not eligible. They are not existing. They are under the radar. The system has seen that they violated. They are not compliant. I would advise that members of this community should be careful about how they withdraw money from SBFs. If they withdraw money from SBFC, which is the exchange, and use it like the prodigal son, lavish it flamboyantly, they would give account to the Privy Council when the time comes. The Privy Council will investigate how these things are being done. Every member in the Privy Council has been authorized to investigate. And you could just see an email come to you from the Privy Council, or a WhatsApp message, or a Facebook message asking for a meeting with you from the Privy Council, and failure to comply, then your account will be suspended. So I should make you guys understand that this is serious business. If you are not willing to do anything, then don't even start. If you have become an agent, you have agreed to work with the community. As long as you've said, I want to become an agent, make sure you are compliant. There is going to be strict measures that will be followed. And I wouldn't want to go more than what I've just said. I hope you understand. All right, with that said, another thing the administration talked about is that by January, we'll be having our own exchange, SBC exchange. Our XBC wallet, not exchange. Our SBC wallet. That's what he said. So if you are in the community and you've been in the community since the beginning of this year, you should be having about 2,000 SBC coins. Now you are going to see that in your wallet. You are going to see a wallet. Okay, how that wallet will be, I know not, but there is going to be a wallet, and there is going to be a third party, an organization who will partner with the Simply Brilliant community next year to give life to that SBC. SBC is going to be our own private banking system. We are going to be running side by side between SBC and SBFC. Our private exchange is also going to be amplified next year to be able to accommodate SBC and SBFC, as well as USDT. These three will exist side by side. One of it is a public domain coin, which is USDT, which is not in our jurisdiction, which belongs to the public. Another is our private coin, which is SBFC. It's our private coin. However, it's market-based. And then the last one is SBC, which is our private coin and is not market-based, which is purely membership-based. Our SBC and SBFC are all membership-based. Both of them are membership-based. But the difference is that as at now, SBFC is membership-based because it's still within our control. The moment it goes into the public, you'll find out that it is no more membership-based. It's now purely demand and supply dependent. And I can tell you that there is a strategy the admin has put into place so that the price of SBFC in the next 1 year from now is going to be very high. Our goal is to see that in the next 1 year from now, or 1 year, 6 months, or 2 years perhaps, our value is going to be much higher than even Bitcoin. Bitcoin will undergo halving next year. Therefore, the price of Bitcoin may get to 70,000 next year. Now, if it gets to 70,000, bear in mind that SBFC is also planning in the next 2 years to be about 85 to 90,000. How that is going to be about how efficient and organized membership in our community will be. It's now up to you and I to cooperate, coordinate, work in tandem to see how this becomes a reality. It's actually a global adoption strategy that we're putting into place, and you are going to see it unfold one day at a time. Finally, the administration talked about bounty changes that will be happening from next month, which is December. And that bounty changes is going to be beautiful. It's going to be our modus operandi going forward. Old members can opt into it. Another thing you should bear in mind is once you opt in, you can't opt out. If you choose to not opt in at all, then continue with the old structure, it's fine. So we have worked with the Old Testament of this community. We're about to move into the New Testament of this community. And I tell you that the New Testament of this community will be 10 times better than the Old Testament. And you are going to see the differences from next year. And it will begin from next month, but you are going to see it play out. If your account should expire and you renew your account, by default, you have opted into the New Testament. The old one is now going to be obsolete over time because members who are old in the community will see what is going on and they will like it. And they will begin to see that it is now a cooperative community that benefits everybody at the same time. So it's something that would help to grow our community faster, and it's going to benefit us much more. It's going to be looking like a kind of salary structure that every member in the community will enjoy. The salary structure will start small, and over time it appreciates to the point where the bounty you'll be receiving compared to the salary you are receiving, it's going to be about 1:5. So if you are receiving a bounty of $33 from your downlines, you'll find out that over the next 3 to 6 months, the salary you'll be receiving will be about $100 every week. Wouldn't that be great? Now, another thing you should take note of is as the community expands, your salary also grows. So from maybe $100 in 6 months, it becomes $200 in 9 months because the community grew faster. And if it grew much faster, then in 1 year, you'll be looking at about $450. So why wouldn't everyone want to take part in it? You should also know that the subscription fee will remain 8 grains of gold. So over time, you'll see that you give in a little and you get much more. This is a beautiful structure that is going to benefit everybody, and it's going to reassure the community to regain back its number and then exceed that number and move into their millions from next year. I think that's a magnanimous concept. All right, I think that's all for today's meeting. Now, I want to go to the blog so that we'll look into the blog and see what and what is in the blog. So this is the founders meeting that was put yesterday, and everyone can take their time to read through to see what and what you're supposed to know. And there'll be a training that'll be coming up next year, which is being handled by Dr. Kardasha. Those who want to take part in it, you can go ahead. So there is going to be an upcoming training by Dr. Kardasha, and he would introduce special offer for our TBC to participate in, which is TBC members. So take your time, read through this content, understand it, take advantage of it if you care. All right, on that said, I think I have brought this meeting to a summary end. Those of you who are here, welcome. And if you have questions to ask, this is your time to ask your questions so that I can give you your answers. All right, so quickly I'm going to go through the people who are here. This is good morning, sir. Thank you for your summary, Brother Richard Apia, who is faithful in following my broadcast. You are highly appreciated. Please, I bought SBFC Con. I haven't received it about 2 weeks. Well, you may have to reach out to the member helpers, or you can reach out to me. But I wonder how you're able to buy it. If you're able to buy SBFC coins, you should have received it. Maybe you violated the conditions that were put by the administration. I don't know whether you sold as Joy G. I don't know what you did that you didn't get right. But if you bought SBFC from the exchange, you should have received it. Anytime you buy and you don't receive, then it means there was a violation. There was something that you didn't do right. Now, if it's been over 2 weeks, it clearly means that there was something you didn't do right. And I've been fortunate to bring such cases to the administration, and the administration was nice enough to tell me those things that were not done right. And he also said that those individuals may have to hold on for a while. And from his own point of view, they may have to hold on for at least 60 days. And after 60 days, if they are still violating, then they hold on for another 60 days. But if they are not violating, then they will have to meet the Privy Council. So it's been 2 weeks now. My advice to you is come for the mass adoption meeting. Let the administration know about it, because it's beyond my control to see that I can solve your matter, because it has to do with the administration. He is the one that is controlling it. So I advise that you come to the meeting, ask the administration, tell him what the challenge is, and he'll give you the feedback. Remember, huddle. Remember, don't spend SBFC. Don't sell Joy G. Hold it. There are future plans that will evolve over time. Okay, I believe I've answered your question. So the next person is Brother Sumon Rahman. Nice broadcast, brother. Thank you very much. I do appreciate it. Your questions are welcome if you have your questions, especially those who will be watching this meeting after this broadcast. I would appreciate your feedback. If you have your questions, ask your questions while you can. I would respond to you on the comment section of our YouTube so that I can respond to you. Good morning, Ambassador. Well done. And thank you for the good works. God bless our Simply Brilliant community. Thank you very much for that, my brother. I do appreciate. And then Brother Richard is saying, thank you, sir. So that means he understood the feedback I give. So over the next few seconds, if you have any questions to ask, please do well to ask your questions. Okay? And then you would get the answer. The Privy Council are working on a working document. That working document is going to form the principle upon which members of the community will operate as regards agent donation. And it's also going to form a working document upon which members of the community will be judged, will be dealt with for those who violate. Members of the community should not violate, especially those who are hodling Joy G. If you are hodling it, keep hodling. If you are involved in selling, your account will be suspended. If you're involved in doing a peer-to-peer transaction beyond $10 using SBFC, your account will be suspended. For those who will say, I didn't know, well, you should take note of it. Very soon, the information will be put public and members are expected to abide. Failure to abide, punishments will follow. Suspensions will come. And a continual attitude, repeat of that same attitude will also mean that you are considered not a worthy steward. These things are going to come up. You are going to hear about it very soon. We are getting more organized. Remember, I said we are in the New Testament. And if you understand what I mean by a New Testament, so many people do not understand what a New Testament is and they get it twisted. I hope you are able to understand the kind of New Testament we're moving into in this community. Okay? All right. So I'll stop here. Thank you so much. For those of us who has watched and listened to this point, I would appreciate it if you can like this channel. I would appreciate it if you can like this broadcast. If what I said makes sense to you, like, share, subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so that anytime I'm live, you can get my notifications. I'll be coming your way again, as the case may be, most likely on Tuesday. God bless you. Cheers and bye for now.